Hey, it's our friend Monty Solberg, blogging Tory, most importantly, of course, but also former Minister of Citizenship and Immigration, HRSDC. How are you doing today, Monty?
I'm great, Stephen. Thank you.
So here we are at the Alberta Future Conference held by the Manning Centre. What's your take of what's been going on so far?
Well, I think people are really genuinely happy to have a chance to talk about some of these issues that they've probably already been talking about in coffee shops around the province. Obviously, like many provinces, Alberta is going through tough times right now. But I think there is an expectation amongst a lot of people that Alberta should be achieving more than it is today, and people want an opportunity to talk together about how we actually help Alberta get to where it needs to be.
Okay, now, of course, you have experience as a federal cabinet minister, and of course, you're an Albertan. And how do you think this government in Alberta, or maybe a future Wildrose government, should deal with sort of the equalization concerns between the province and the federal government?
Well, it's a difficult issue. I mean, equalization, first of all, is something that's in the Constitution, and that means you can't just get rid of it or arbitrarily change it in ways that make it unrecognizable. You do have to work with it. I think the key is to set up an equalization program that can help provinces who are struggling get to the point where they have the same standard of services that you have in other provinces, but without putting in place the disincentives that cause provinces to, go ahead and pursue policies that actually contribute to them not being very prosperous. That's been the challenge up until now. I think a lot of people would argue that with regard to the equalization formula in the past and the way it subsidized some provinces, for instance in Atlantic Canada, it allowed them to continue to pursue policies that just made those provinces not very competitive. So we've got to find ways to address that. That's going to take a lot of hard thinking. Both the Conservative parties in Alberta, the Wildrose Alliance and the Progressive Conservative Party, have got to do more than just complain about it. They've actually got to come forward with some big ideas.
Okay, now you help segue into the next topic. Of course, you're a political animal yourself. Wildrose, PC government, we're seeing polls up and down for both. How do you feel this is going to shake out over the next 2 years, and what does the PC government have to do to either stem the tide of Wildrose, or is it actually time for a change in Alberta?
Well, I think they've got an important date coming up with the budget they bring down next week. The budget is the roadmap for the entire year in terms of how the government spends, and this will be Ted Morton's first budget. I think they have to make a good impression with this budget, find the fine balance between being fiscally prudent on the one hand and ensuring that essential services are still there and people can get access to essential things like healthcare in a timely way. And that is not going to be very easy, but it's the mark of good governments, and I think that's a central point in all of this. Depending on how they do, I think it either is a one more nail in the coffin for this government, or it's an opportunity for them to go forward. And the adverse of that, of course, is that Danielle Smith has a terrific opportunity, if they don't do a good job, to step in and lead the way with some big ideas.
And do you think it was a wise move for the Premier to appoint Ted Morton as Finance Minister?
Well, I do. I think Ted Morton is one of the most competent people in his cabinet, somebody who's well known to Albertans, and someone whom I think can communicate in a way that some other ministers probably couldn't. So I think Ted's an excellent choice. He's coming into the position very late in the process, however, so it's not clear to me how much of his own influence will be in this budget, but nevertheless he's going to have to carry the freight for it.
Okay, and just to wrap up, your topic today, what are you speaking about at the conference?
I'm speaking about Alberta's leadership on the national stage, trying to grade them and maybe point the way forward on how not just the Alberta government, but all political parties in Alberta can show leadership in a way that will help make Alberta a leader on the national stage.
Okay, thanks, Monty.
Thank you.